I know. I'm so thirsty. Text messages and emails about just, where they are in their business and what's happening. So I appreciate the updates that keeps me on my toes and
I'm
lets me
so
know where I'm
thirsty.
going.
Text
Oh,
messages and
wait,
emails
sorry.
about.
So, so anyway, I'm excited to be here. So y'all see, I got my board up today. I'm sharing my board, and although this is Q&A, and let me actually stop sharing for 1 second. Although this is Q&A, got it, got it. Let's see if I can pull. Okay, I think I got my share. I don't know. Although this is Q&A, I am going to pull my board out. Y'all know I've got this board. I've been excited about incorporating y'all into the board. And so I've been learning more and more about how to use it. And I want to talk about, I'm going to definitely use it today in my Run It class, but I'm going to use it a little bit this morning in my setup class when we talk a little bit more about that theme, because I'm going to bring it back to us until we all are in the same space around there. I'm going to bring the conversation back around that theme. But first, I want to take a moment to welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Dee Williams. I have not been live in a long time, but I welcome you to my channel. I help individuals set up and scale their staffing businesses, at least for this live. You are watching my live setup class. So you can say hey to everybody that's in the class. We have some people that are here and some people that will be watching the replay. So we're going to resume as normal. But if you want to get involved and you want to get engaged, I do have my YouTube open on my phone, so I can answer any questions that you may have if you want to chime in and get with the program. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on mute. Get with the program. Hey, Dr. Castle, she said I can't get on the link and reskillify. Why not? Everybody else is on here. We're all in here. I don't know what's going on. Thank you. They said they love my haircut. Let me put this up here so I can see the comments. Okay, so setup class. Stay focused, D. Y'all got to say stay focused, D. Setup class. Today we are, let's see if I can move this appropriately. We're going to get fired up today. I just got back from New Orleans. I was at the AONL conference. I am not a nurse. It was like a nurse leadership conference. But look at this. So I got to tell y'all what happened. So I'm there with my staffingpreneur. I was running late because another staffingpreneur had showed up to see me, right? And so shout out to Ava, Nursey Connect. So she drove in from North Carolina, and I'm already there with Adiola. And Adiola is at the soiree. We went to a soiree, like this event. But I was running late from talking to her, getting dressed, taking my shower, changing my clothes. So anyway, I should show you the other picture too. Stay right there. So anyway, Adiola is texting me like, D, where are you? Where are you? I'm like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm running late. Who cares if I'm late? That's what I'm thinking. She starts texting me. She's like, D, they just called your name. I'm just like, no, they didn't call my name. She's like, yeah, they did call your name. I said, girl, you are tripping. Why would they call my name? What reason would they have to call my name? They didn't call my name, girl. Like, I didn't even think anything of it. She said, I'm telling you, they called your name. I said, yeah, but they're probably calling another D Williams. They're probably not calling me. So we get up, I get there, and she said, you should go to the front desk because I think they really calling you, they called your name. So I go to the front desk and I said, hi, my name is, she said, D Williams. I said, well, what the heck? I said, did I win something? She said, yes. And they did call my name. I was like, oh my God. And Adiola, this is the picture Adiola and I took. She was like, girl, they called your name. Call my name. So this is the picture we took at the end of the night. That was mom, to put it up close there. So it was so cute. I was the flies person in there. Adiola second flies. Sorry, anybody. I had so much fun though, but I did win. So I've got a ticket next year, a complimentary ticket to the conference in Boston. And I definitely want to be there. And Adiola and I was like, oh, we should get a booth. because, oh my gosh, AMN's booth was insane. It was like white. They had white leather sofas. I was like, oh, y'all really doing it up here. So a lot of things I took away from that event. This was a nurse leadership event. So it was aspiring nurse leaders and already established nurse leaders. And there was an exhibit hall and there were keynote speakers almost every day. And then there was also all of these sessions that other nurse leaders had put on to talk about things that they're experiencing right now in regards to whatever is happening. So we saw a lot of things about AI. We saw things about metrics. What is it? Analytics, right? We saw that. We saw training, big topic, big topic. Staffing, of course, big topic. Saving money, big topic. And excuse me, just innovation. They're trying to find ways to innovate, trying to find ways to automate things. So automation was also a big topic. So there was definitely a lot of exciting things that happened. I learned a lot. I got a lot of insight. We made some really great connections. Adiola was there to grow her business. She made a number one connection there that I think is going to take her very, very far. And sometimes you only need that one connection to just change everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you all are setting up your business, and I'll go into my intro in a section, I just wanted to tell y'all that when you're setting up your business, I want you to make sure that that you put into your strategies like attending events, put it into your budget, right? I think it's going to be very important for you to understand that people do business with people they like and know and trust. It's very, very true. All right. It's extremely true. Got y'all all in. Now y'all can see everything going on back here. Okay. So that is important. Now we're gonna dive into our morning. I know Dr. Castle. I was very. It was a very good. I can't wait to show y'all all the pictures because I took pictures. I took videos. I was inspired. And I hope that next year, I'm going to say this again. Next year, I'm hoping that all the healthcare staffingpreneurs that we all come together and we get a booth. So when they walk in, they see AMN on this side, they can see us on the next side, and we can all take over that marketplace. I will say in the exhibit hall, it was more staffing agencies than anything. They were dominant. It was not a game, but it was what was cool was seeing the different types of staffing agencies. Because I told y'all don't want to be a McDonald's to a McDonald's. You want to be like a Burger King to McDonald's. I saw a lot of Burger Kings to McDonald's there. International staffing agencies, virtual staffing agencies. Like it was definitely pretty cool to see how people are putting twists on their staffing businesses. One other thing that I noticed, and I made sure that I pointed out to my client that she noticed it. I said, just take a look at AMN's booth, like the whole booth, just everything. Do you see the word staffing on there anywhere? Not one word, not anywhere in the entire, nothing on their brochures, nothing. They're like, staffing is a word that you do not want to use. That's what we know it is. That's how y'all getting here. But y'all don't want to use that word. That word is now going away. We want to use another word. The word they're using is workforce. That's the new buzzword. I saw that everywhere. Workforce, 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 workforce. But the word staffing, I promise you, if you use it, you're going to get, they're probably not going to want to talk to you right off the break. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to get that conversation going. Okay, so now we've got, I'm stole 11 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna steal 9 more minutes, and then you can start with your questions. You can put your questions in the box. You know, you can speak loud. You can come up and talk. I'm gonna speak 11 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes to talk about our reminders, and then let y'all pull your questions up. I'm gonna talk about the theme a little bit because I want y'all to get back into the space of the theme, and then I'll let you continue to take over the call for this morning. We'll be done in 40 minutes. So is that cool? We ready to go? Okay, so when you're starting up your staffing, reminders, setting up your staffing business. Few things you want to keep in mind when you're setting your staffing business up. First, People do business with people they like and know and trust. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. I want to start there because I put a video out and I talked about the top 10 things that may not be, that may be keeping you from where you need to be. You all are in the beginning phases, but now's the time to start thinking about those things and putting them into place. And relationships is the key. And even just coming back from the conference, relationships is the key. People do business with people they like and know. A lot of you have this misconception that you're going to start this business and you're going to get a contract day one. That the moment that you go live, that contract is going to come to life. And that is just not true. Okay. Unless you have an already established relationship. Now, I have people that come to me and they're like, D, my boss came to me and said, here, we want to use you, start your own staffing agency. They already got it. I got a couple of clients like that. They already have it. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the person who does not already have an established network. If you don't already have an established network, then it's going to take you a little bit of time to get things up and going, period. Okay. It's going to take time to get things up and going. That's just the way it is. Can y'all see me appropriately? I hope y'all can. Okay, perfect. So that's very important. And if people do business with people they like and know and trust, that means you've got to build relationships. A part of building relationships is understanding that you're going to have to follow up with people on a consistent basis. All right. And I say the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, I want to bring this back a little bit because I say this every week. However, I don't think that I see anybody that actually has their strategies written out. Do I need to create a template for y'all? Put a 1 in the box if you have your initial reach out strategies flushed out. If you know what your initial reach out strategies are, put a 1 in the box. Put a 2 in the box if you have your follow-up strategies. Put a 3 in the box if you have not written it out just yet. That's what I would like to see. Okay, Shannon, we'll get on top of that. Hey, y'all. Okay, so I see mainly 3s. So when you're setting up your business, you need an initial reach out strategy and you need follow-up strategies. Okay, you need initial reach out and follow-up. You've got to have those. You want to write them down. It's going to be very important. And I'm going to go through it in the theme in a second so you can get an idea of how maybe you can get a better idea how you want to flush it out. Maybe I'll come up with a template. But you need initial reach out and follow-up strategies because the fortune is in the follow-up, is not in the first phone call. So like we went to this event this week. Like, what were the odds that I was going to meet somebody that day and get a contract that day? I've seen it. I've seen a couple of people do that, right, on the same day. I saw Joel do it. I saw, what's her name in Chicago? I can't think, she's going to kill me. I saw her do it, LaKoya. She's in a nail salon, got a contract the same day. So it can happen, but typically it's not going to happen the first day. They're just meeting you, especially if they don't know you. So it's going to really happen during the follow-up and how you follow up, how you follow up, how you follow up. It's very, very, very important. Okay. So your initial reach out strategy is how you're going to get in the door. Your follow-up strategy is all the things you're going to do to continue to show your value, to continue to show them that, yes, I'm worthy of you connecting with me and doing business with me. Same thing if you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a personal relationship. In the beginning, you're getting to know somebody. You're trying to see if you can become vulnerable with them and let your guard down and have that conversation. And then over time, you become more comfortable. Y'all get into a relationship and things start to happen. It is the same exact thing in business. So don't have the expectation that this magic fairy is going to come and just throw contracts your way. You've got to work for your money. You've got to work for your contracts. I mean, that's what you started the business for. And that should be the exciting part. So you have your initial reach out strategies, you have your follow-up strategies, because the fortune is in the follow-up. And I didn't say it, but all the sales gurus say you got to follow up 12 to 24 times before somebody, or more, before somebody decides that they want to do business with you. So if that's the case, and they've already figured that out, now that we've got that knowledge, what does that mean for us? that means that follow-up strategy should be somewhere where we should be thinking about, okay, so I got 12 to 24 times to follow up. How many ways can I follow up with value? What does that look like for my company and supporting the clients that I'm interested in doing business with? And really, you should have a similar type of strategy for your candidates as well. This is the stuff that nobody's going to tell you. All the fake people out here, just like, oh, you can start in 6 weeks. That's fine. But there are things you have to do as a business owner in order to position yourself appropriately. And if you go into this business, I'm going to just go and do whatever, your business is going to move like that. But if you come into this business with a methodical plan and you understand, like, okay, this is the plan, this is how I'm going after it, this is what's going to happen in step 2, then you'll be able to move your business along. You'll be able to have kind of a roadmap, and that'll guide you and allow you to move your business and work in your business appropriately. So that's very, very, very important. All right. I see Dr. Castle, she's online and she's giving us love there. So that's perfect. All right. So I want y'all, okay, great. So Dr. Logan asked what industry was represented the most? It's all healthcare. So, and AONL is all healthcare. So everybody was nurse leaders. So it was DONs, chief nursing officers, nurse administrators. It was 5,000 of them walking around, laughing, taking pictures, having fun. So we had fun too. I just want to let you know. Okay. So we talked about fortune in the follow-up, 12 to 24 times it takes for somebody to decide that they want to follow, go and do business with you. People do business with people they like and know. Most of these companies that you all are filling positions for, if you're filling one role, even though you might be filling one role, it's one person going on a team. So it's very important that you remember that, when you're hiring someone, you should be thinking about who else is on this team and know that the employer is thinking about the team as a whole, even though they're filling one position. That's very important for you to think and to know as well. Okay, I got 2 minutes. Last thing I want you to know is, so in order for this business to work, you've got to produce activity. Okay. So a lot of times people want to make 10 phone calls a day and then say the business don't work. Or they want to send out 25 emails in a week and say the business doesn't work. It's not that the business doesn't work, it's that you're not doing enough activity and to make the business work. So like if you think about it from the perspective of, I don't even know what this thing is, but let's say you're revving something up. The slower you go, right, the slower it's going to take for the thing to rev up. But when you start going, zoom, 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 then all of a sudden you see the activity start to happen. And that's exactly how this business works. So you've got to prepare yourself now in the setup phase to know that I'm going to make a certain amount of phone calls every day, no matter what. I'm going to send a certain amount of emails every day, no matter what, by any means necessary, no matter what. I'm sticking to this, right? You're going to do that. That's going to be very, 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 very important, extremely important. Okay. I have people in my running class right now. I'm like, how many phone calls you make last week? 25. What's going to happen? We're doing 25 calls in a week. You should be talking to people every day. Your phone should be popping. Your email should be popping. Your Calendly should be popping. Your calendar should be booked every day of the week. If you're in the beginning phases and you're only talking to candidates, cool. If you're in the other phases, right, it doesn't matter, but there should be some activity going on. And while you're setting up your business, you should be planning for that. What's your schedule? What are your hours where you're going to be taking them phones down? What are the hours that you're going to be interviewing, that you're going to be phone screening, that you're going to be doing references, or however you're going to be handling your business? What is that time frame? Very, 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 very important. Okay. So those are the things that I want you to remember. We're going to talk about the theme in a second. I want to answer some questions. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching the replay. Hey. Okay. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Ken Wall's here. Yes. Dr. Logan's here. Dr. Castle's here. We've got Ariel here, and the cat's here. Ravi's here. Shannon's here. Shanita's here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I know I missed a couple of people, but I want to welcome everybody for being here. If I missed you, I apologize, but I want to welcome everybody for being here. And I'm going to start off with the first 2 questions that we have, and then we'll keep going. So first question, if we have staffing in our name, should we change to a DBA with workforce instead? Sharnita, that is a great question. If So I guess it would depend on how far you are in your brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have everything already established? If you have everything already established, I think it's something that you want to think about before you just go in and change your name. If you're just getting started, yes, yes, right? Or just plan not to use the staffing part of your name and use everything, all the whatever other part of the name that's there. But I would highly encourage anyone, in my opinion, right now, in my opinion, to not start a staffing business with the word staffing in their name. That is my opinion. Now, there are hundreds and thousands of companies out there with the name staffing in their business, and they're doing great. But even with AMN Healthcare, they don't have staffing. Cross Country, they don't have staffing. They don't have staffing in their names. Like, these are the largest companies, most successful staffing agencies. They don't have staffing in their name. And so I don't think that that we should be so literal with the company name, and it's not that serious. And right now, the market is changing, is shifting, and that doesn't seem to be like, you know what I'm saying, where the world is at right now from that perspective. They know they need help with their workforce. They know they need help with their stuff. They just don't want to hear the word staffing. After COVID, it left a nasty taste. So now you have to reposition and I've been saying this for the last 2 years. And like, everything I say comes to life. I don't know if y'all realize it, but I've been saying this for the last 2 years. You got to reposition how you present your service. You got to reposition, give it a fly name. The burger at Burger King is different than the burger at McDonald's. It's still a burger. They just got two different types of names. I don't eat fast food, so I just know that McDonald's has a Big Mac. I don't know what Burger King has. I haven't had fast food in like 20 years. But I know that they have burgers. They both selling the same product, but it's a different type of burger, made a different way, named a different way. And so that's what makes you want to go to one versus the other. It's very important. The next question we have is, how do you find the different events to network at? That's a great question. You find the events online. I mean, that's where I go. So I talk to the different nurses or any whatever niche I'm going to. I can go into an IT conference too. It doesn't matter. My whole market is nurses, but I do work mainly with nurses these days. On the healthcare side. But what I will say is, we just go into Google and say, what's the next conference? And their conference seasons, like March, April, May, conference season. Then you have September, October, November, conference season. So you always know that those conferences are coming around that time. So that's if you're going to attend a big conference. And when you're attending a conference, you don't necessarily have to pay for the conference, because you can volunteer. You can exhibit. Adiola and I decided that we were going to go first to see what the landscape was before we decided to exhibit. I like that approach first. That gives me an opportunity to work the floor, to see what everything is like. I got a chance to work the floor to see what it was like. Now I understand how I want to maneuver the next year. So I like that type of approach when I'm going to an event. I typically go to more events where my clients are going to be at versus my industry events, although I should probably go to more industry events. But I want to go where my clients are. I want to hang out where my clients are. So that's how how we go, how we figure it out. And it's also about your budget, like what you're willing to spend on something like that. Those conferences, I think I spent $1,700 for the ticket, right? And then the soiree was $250. If you do 10 of those, you're going to be broke if you ain't coming with that budget. If you come in with a budget, then that's totally different. But you also want to take the time to exhibit. Michael Rosenthal, he came in and he did he exhibited at the HIS conference, Healthcare Information Systems, and he loved it, walked away with tons of leads. He was fired up. He was calling me the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michael, who's supposed to be on this call. You know what I'm saying? So he did great. He exhibited, you know what I'm saying? He had already when he exhibited, and it was so much that he hasn't even been back to class. He's been slammed. So that tells you how successful it went for him. But there also, you can create your own conference. You can create your own association. You can create your own networking events. I talk about this all the time. Partner with restaurants who have slow nights. On their slow nights, bring your people in. Create things that's going to bring your market together, your candidates and your clients separately, not together, but on, as if you're the creator of the event, you get more clout. If you're attending the event, it's just a different strategy, right? You're going there for a different reason. But I think that everyone should dive into both. You should be attending events, you should be exhibiting at events, and you should also be creating events. And you can create events in person, you can create events online. Facebook has online events, LinkedIn has online events. What is it? Meetup still does Meetup. Eventbrite events. When I want to go out, I go to look at Eventbrite, see what's popping. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of different ways to go in and see. And on Eventbrite, there are a lot of business events on there as well that people have put on online. So there's opportunity there. There's definitely opportunity there. So I hope that was helpful. Dr. Castle, we will get on that. I don't like that you said you're not able to get into your account. We would definitely take care of that for you. Any other questions? Can I talk about the theme? What other questions do we have, or can I move to the theme? Let me know. Any other questions? Since last week, how have you moved in your business? Can you please guide us on how to create the initial reach out strategies and follow up? And the cat, that's a great question. Okay, so let me see if I can now get into my board a little bit here. All right, let's see. We'll do the entire screen. And let's see. Okay, perfect. And let's go to the canvas. So I've been working on my canvas, and I've been working on working on this theme. Now I'm still playing with this. So I'm gonna just look and see what y'all see. Okay, perfect. So let me go through this again. So first I want to say, I've really been wanting to show y'all this because a lot of times people get, can you see that? Perfect. People get crazy when they start thinking about, like, I don't know where I'm going to get clients. There aren't enough clients. This is an aerial view of me in the sky. I was on a plane and I took this view, and every time I get on a flight, I just see thousands of dollar signs. Look at all of these clients. Like, oh no, let me give me a real pen over here. Look at all of these clients. Yes, give me that, baby. All of these cars. These are all clients. These are all businesses. These are all people. These are all potential clients that you have access to. I don't want y'all to have small minds about, you know, what you have the ability to do. This is Detroit. I know it is, because that's the bridge. I love that bridge. I believe this is Detroit. But, you know, I want you all to really be very open-minded about, you know, what you have the ability to accomplish with your business. There's tons of people on the planet. Don't let the government fool you and make you think we don't have no space or all of this other stuff. There's opportunity everywhere. All of these people are potential clients for you all over the world, okay? You probably don't even know everybody within a 1 5-mile radius of your space. So please keep that in mind. Now, let's get into the theme, because I'm having too much fun with my board, as y'all can tell. So let's talk about this theme. So I want to tell you right now, it's very challenging to sell staffing right out of the gate. Okay, you got to talk about something else to get through the door. That's really the core of why I'm pushing this theme on you, because at some point you're going to be trying to sell and you're not going to be able to figure out how to get in the door. That theme is going to help you. If you sell staffing and you don't have a theme, that door is going to be shut. Okay, you got to have other things to talk about other than the services that you offer. But you can also, if you talk about your theme, it shows your value and it puts you in a very different position. With that in mind, you must create a theme for your staffing business. You've got to create a theme for your staffing business. And you're going to create this theme so that you can have something to talk about, so that you can establish your position in the industry, so that you can contribute to the industry that you're supporting, so that you can be seen, and so that you can be found. Okay? You're doing this so that you can find the connection to resonate with the people that you want to do business with. That's how you build real relationships. Your theme is going to help you build authentic relationships, create strategic initiatives, which is where this question came from, and strategies, achieve your mission and vision for your company, employees, and industry as a whole. You'll sell more, you'll make more placements, you will thrive. Got to keep in mind that we're in a P2P economy, which is a person-to-person economy where we connect with people who we resonate with. I'm telling you all the time that it is about building relationships, okay? In order for you to build real relationships, you got to be willing to connect with people in a real authentic way. Now, your theme is going to be the forefront of your conversations going forward when you're talking specifically to hiring managers. When you're talking to candidates, sure, I would guess. But when you're talking to hiring managers, your theme is going to be the forefront of your conversation. I'm going to say it again. Employers don't want to talk about staffing directly. So you've got to find a different way to show your value without talking about the solution that you actually have to solve their problem. So we're talking about taking a roundabout approach by focusing on something that's important to them that will ultimately lead them back to needing your staffing solution. For example, look at me getting excited over here with this board. For example, we help blank reduce blank. Wait, what do? We help director of nurses reduce nurse burnout by 30% on average. Oh, how do you do that? And then that's when you go into your sales pitch was, well, let me ask you a couple of questions first. And then you start asking them, what have you experienced? What are you experiencing? Da, 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 da. And then you can go into a different way. But that's a whole different class. That's a conversation for my running class. But for this class, I'm just giving you perspective because Trinice asked me last week, how do we go further than that? So let's talk about rule number 1. Your theme cannot be about staffing or hiring. I keep saying that, but y'all gonna still do it. Do not make it about staffing or hiring. It's about anything but staffing and hiring. It should be important to the hiring manager first. It should also be important to the candidate, but the hiring manager first. So okay, and it cannot be about recruiting or staffing. I'm going to say that again. Now, if I say it should be important to the hiring manager first, how do you find out what's important to the hiring manager? Your niche overview worksheet. That's right, your niche overview worksheet. How do you find out what's important to the candidate? Your niche overview worksheet. Okay, so that's how you find out, and those are the rules. Now, what is your theme? What will you advocate for? What will you bring awareness about? That's what your theme is. It's about advocating and bringing awareness. It's not a tagline. Don't get it mixed up with being a tagline. It's not your company's differentiator, although it can differentiate you. It's not about what you do or the service that you provide. This is your theme, okay? So how can you figure out what you want or should advocate for in your theme? You go and find ideas by completing your niche overview worksheet, your capstone project. But because I love you, I have put together a list of ideas or examples that I thought might be a good fit for you. So I'm going to move these up because as you can see, I'm still playing with this. Okay. So, come on, baby. So here's some ideas and some examples that I created for you. And I broke it down. Some of these are for healthcare because I work with healthcare people. Some are IT. Some go across all genres. But I gave an example of reducing nurse burnout, quality of care, patient care, increasing admissions. That can be in healthcare or education, reducing inefficiencies, scheduling, safety, compliance, budget management, reporting, retention, professional development, cybersecurity, emerging technology, saving money, saving time, quality. Maybe it's focused on a specific goal, a specific mission, a specific charity. All of those things it can be, okay? It can be all of those things. And I'm not looking at the chat, y'all, so keep me informed. So here, let's say, for example, I'm going to use the example of reducing nurse burnout, right? That's going to be my example. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you've got to choose a theme. Find a theme, choose one, pick one out, choose a theme. So the theme that I've chosen in this particular example is going to be nurse burnout. Okay? So once you choose your theme, nurse burnout, you should be thinking all things nurse burnout. Okay, your theme related to the industry that you're supporting and how you can contribute. So that's very important because even though you're selling the service of staffing, you're selling the service of staffing to reduce nurse burnout. Make it make sense. You're selling the solution of staffing to help reduce burnout. You're bringing your Burger King to McDowell flavor to the picture. Okay, so what does that look like to me, D? I don't understand. Like, break it down a little bit more. I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. I should have opened this up a little bit more. But this is you and your staffing agency. Your staffing agency. Your theme, your focus, your goal, your mission is to reduce nurse burnout. How? By bringing awareness, educating, and advocating. Because and to get to what solution? People, staffing people, providing people, recruiting people, workforce solutions. So your staffing agency looking to help reduce nurse burnout by bringing awareness, educating, and advocating, and providing the proper people to help make that happen, right? Well, however, this is your juju. This is your okay? And now it's a different conversation when you're coming in the door. Because now you're not necessarily talking about the solution. We don't need to talk about the solution right off the break. We're trying to build a relationship. Most guys, I didn't say this. I just hear guys talk about it. Most guys say they trying to get the booty, right? They say in the beginning, they looking at the girl, how pretty is, they trying to get in the pants. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I hear. And then they say, oh, then later on they start to think about, will she be a good wife? Will she be somebody I want to da-da-da-da-da-da? In the beginning, you don't want to go straight and talk about the booty. You don't want to talk about the staffing right off the break. You want to talk about other things before we ever get there. You want to talk about nurse burnout. You know that they're dealing with it. You know it's an issue, right? So how do we take that issue and we bring it to the forefront and show that this is how we're advocating to reduce nurse burnout? We're doing it through this education awareness. And by the way, the people that we place, they're helping to reduce nurse burnout. Or they're going to help you reduce nurse burnout, or whatever the case may be, however you want to position yourself. Put a 1 in the box if you're with me so far. Put a 1 in the box if you're with me so far. Are you with me? Okay, I see lots of 1s. That means I'm really explaining this very well. I love that. Okay, so now let's take it a step further. Now we're getting to the original question that Nakat asked. Nakat, thank you so much for asking this question because you're allowing me to play with my board. I really love that. Okay. All right. So how will you create awareness around your theme? All right. Or advocacy or education. So you're going to have initial reach out strategies. Bam. You're going to have, this is your entryway into the door. You're going to have the theme, your theme, bam, how you're going to get them to open the door and talk. Come on, baby. How you going to get them to open the door and talk? Then you're going to have your follow-up strategies. Bam. This is going to build the relationship and land the contracts. Don't see my spelling is off. Okay, and then your strategic initiatives are also going to continue to build the relationship and land contracts. But in order for you to get to these spaces, you've got to start off here. Okay, so that's our starting point. All right, understanding that you're going to create awareness around your theme and you're going to do it in these 4 different ways. Now, this creates value in the form of digital assets, physical assets, research, and other various strategic initiatives to create awareness around your advocacy or your theme. So you're going to do things like industry research on nurse burnout. You're going to do and how it affects the hiring, right? How it affects patient care, how it affects patient outcomes. Industry events. You're going to have nurse burnout workshops for the employers, how to engage with how to engage with your nurse, how to reduce nurse burnout, how we reduce nurse burnout. So you're gonna have events, industry expertise. You're going to bring nurse burnout experts in, and you're going to do live webinars, and you're going to have them talk about nurse burnout and bring people who are passionate about nurse burnout. All while you're doing this, you're collecting leads with people who are all passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about in your theme, the same thing that you're passionate about in your theme, okay? In your theme, all right? Now, thought leadership. Maybe you all create, after you do your industry research, you start putting out the findings of that research, and now you're bringing people into your world in regards to nurse burnout. Industry partnerships. Maybe you go in and partner with vendors, right, who can help reduce nurse burnout. I don't know. Maybe you find some creative way to do some partnerships, but that opportunity is there, right? So you're going to do these things, and these can be strategic initiatives all in this area. Or if you're going to do something a little bit more physical, you might do a quiz. You might do an annual report. Maybe you do an annual nurse burnout report. Maybe you do a quiz to engage with hiring managers, and a separate one for candidates. The one for hiring managers, they're asking about how it's affecting the workplace. The one of candidates, they're asking them how, why they got the nurse burnout, why they feel they're burnt out. I don't know, kind of go in those areas. You can create a checklist, an ebook, a book. You can do trainings. Trainings and webinars are great to get real leads, people who are genuinely interested in what you're interested in. Podcasts live forever. Conferences, events, networking events, annual events, auctions, magazine ads. You can create your own magazine. Influencers, connect with influencers, associations, vendors, nonprofits, trips, private communities, contests, giveaways, cheat sheets, toolkits, calculators, coaching, learning. There are many different things you can do that can be an initial reach out strategy that's related to your theme, so that you can have conversations, and you can also use it up in your follow-up strategies. Now, I can't give y'all my $1 billion ideas because y'all aren't my one-on-one clients, right? I give my $1 billion ideas to my one-on-one clients. But what I can say to you is that initial reach out strategy, if I was building an initial reach out strategy and nurse burnout was my thing, and these are just some off the cuff ideas, I would definitely probably start off with a quiz for sure, because the quiz will give me some insight on my market in a different type of way, right? It'll give me some insight on my market. I would probably do some type of annual report, because if everything that Dee told me is true, then that annual report would be an easy way for me to potentially get in the door right there. So the annual report is my initial reach out strategy to get in the door. I'm reaching out to the hiring manager to ask them for insight to help me get the data that I need for my annual report. That's step one on building my relationship, right? Step two is going to be the follow-up. Hey, I just want to give you a follow-up on what's happening with the annual report. So now I've got one follow-up strategy. I understand what my theme is. My initial reach out is an annual report, and I'm going to reach out to hiring managers to get da-da-da-da. So annual report. Ooh, maybe I should put this in here. Y'all getting me fired up. Hold on. Okay, so it would be like this: annual report. That's my first initial reach out strategy. And then the theme would be, we already know that the theme is nurse burnout. So I'm going to say nurse burnout. And then I'm going to dash reach out to hiring managers for feedback. That's how I'm introducing myself. I'm introducing myself in regards to this nurse reach out, this nurse burnout report. Okay? This nurse burnout report. And then I already know that this is how I'm going to be thinking of, this is how I'm going to be building my strategies, because this is how I'm going to get in the door to talk to them. Right? So I already know that my strategy, I'm going to start thinking about, okay, so I'm going to be reach out talking about this. Do I want to have this in my hand? Do I want to provide that? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? So you can start thinking about that strategy right there. And then your follow-up strategy. And that follow-up strategy is reaching out at different points of the process, right? So we're going to follow up to say thank you. So that's thank you. I hope it reads my hand right. We're going to follow up for progress. Milestone number 1. I'm making this all up right here in my head. Okay. Just so I can just get an idea, right? So we will take that. Thank you. Progress milestone. Put that dash in there. Okay. You can give me a bullet point too. I'll take that. I like the way you moving, baby. Let's see. Oh, but it's not giving me, there it is. Okay. And then let's make it a little bit smaller just so y'all can see. And let's add that there. And y'all know I'm a stickler for, there we go. So I'm just giving you an example. These are now 2 of my 12 to 24 follow-up strategies, right? And so I'm going to do a thank you. Thank you for talking to me. My progress, hey, I just want to let you know we're here in this progress. Then progress milestone number 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Now the strategic initiative. Now the strategic initiative may correlate with the annual report. Maybe it doesn't. But if I wanted to be fly in this moment and I wanted to all correlate, then maybe this is where I would add my yearly nurse burnout event. So annual nurse burnout event. Okay. So I'm doing my annual nurse burnout event. We do awards. We do research findings. Big events. Okay. So if that's all the case, then I have now more ideas are starting to come out of my brain. Okay. So now if I'm doing awards and I'm doing research findings and we have this annual event, let me make this smaller so y'all can see this. So now with my theme, I know that my initial reach out strategies. So I'm probably gonna now, if I have awards, then I have a research strategy might be about an award. Hey, I just want to let you know that you were nominated for an award. Now this is a way to get out. So it all keeps coming back in this full circle. I haven't invested in a whole bunch here. The event happens in the end of the year. Hopefully all the work that you do now will lead out to that. Pick a date, pick a location. You don't have to pick a venue, but put it out there, make it real. And then start figuring out what you want your report to be. And then you can define how deep or how much you want to invest in your report. If you're going to get an analytics person, no. If you're going to just be calling people and gathering the data yourself in the beginning just until your funds get right, that might be it. I don't know. But you're going to start with that report. And now you can go and you have something to reach out about and to talk about. Now, in that conversation, hopefully you've worked on your niche overview worksheet and you're able to get an idea of how to create other conversation around nurse burnout. But this gives you kind of an idea of how your initial reach out works with your theme, your follow-up strategies, and your strategic initiatives. Now, with my one-on-ones, I've been giving it to them. I've been letting them know how to do it and do it right. But this is a very, very, very good example of what it looks like. The cat and everyone else, put a 1 in the box if this was helpful and this answered the question. The cat. Put a 2 in the box if you're like, I don't know, D. Like, I don't know, D. Where are we at? Because at the end of the day, I think this is going to be my last week really pushing, talking about the theme. I think everyone's got it now. I think you understand it now. I think it makes more sense now. And you should have a good idea of how you want to maneuver with your thing. I have some other things here I just put on the side. It's got to make sense to your niche market, the roles that you're ultimately looking to fill. When you're talking about your advocacy, it must tie back to the fact that your services are the solution. So don't make it something that's not going to make it come back to your services. Remember, these are going to be talking points for you, okay? When you're attempting to get in the door with new clients and candidates. We're not going to talk about staffing. We're going to go in, all right? And so I think this is where, now how will you deliver it and get it in front? Because this was for Trinice. How will you deliver it and get it in front of the employer to start a conversation, convert it into a conversation or relationship? You're going to do phone call, emails, email marketing. These are all the ways that you can pretty much get in front of someone And so in this particular example, I'll deliver market research as a strategic initiative on reducing nurse burnout as an initial reach out strategy via email marketing, phone calls. This one example is in a results review board and a quality results meeting. So it's just about creating, your ideas and creating your strategies. Now you've chosen your themes. It's time to create your strategy so that you can define what your solutions will deliver in your business. Now, let me talk about that. Once you create your strategies and you know what your strategies are, that's going to start to tell you who you need to hire in your company. That's going to start to tell you what your company is going to start looking like and who you need to hire. And this is very important because you couple that with the services that you know that you're actually going to offer. And now you can start building out your real org chart for the next 3 to 5 years. So all of these things actually work collectively together. So that's why when y'all see me in the morning talking about like, what's your initial reach out strategy? What's your follow-up strategy? That's going to be important because that's going to define who you need on your team to make things happen. And we'll get into that in another day on another class. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to play with my board. But you'll see that I've already started working on this for you as well, because once you get your strategies and stuff like that in, and you know what services you're going to offer, then you have to start figuring out who's going to do it, who you need on the team, how you need them on the team, who's going to be a part of the team. And then you can start building out your divisions in your company and designing your org chart, your team structure, putting together all of your positions, your metrics, your quality of standards. All of those things really should be happening before you even think about hiring. And if you're doing this the right way, you're building this business out so that you're not having to do the work later. You're doing the work now, setting it up for other people to come in so that later on you can relax, hang out with me. We can travel, do whatever. I don't know what your goals are. You might not want to hang out with me, but I'll hang out with y'all. But in the beginning, you're going to put in work. In the beginning, you're going to put in work. You're laying down the foundation. This is what your job is. Your role as the CEO, so you can make the big bucks. You don't just make the big bucks for doing no work. You make the big bucks because you put in the time and the energy in to lay down the infrastructure and the foundation of your business. And that's what this is about. Everybody on this call, not my people, but the people who watch this replay who are lazy with their business setup, that's shame on you because you want something for nothing. And that's not how it goes. Right? So what questions do you all have for me? I'm going to stop the share. Before I stop, do y'all have any questions for me based on what I put up there? Do I need to continue to share? Dr. Castle, was that cool? Did that make sense for you? Okay, I'm going to stop share here. Just make sure. Okay. All right. I left y'all speechless.
Hello, Dee. This is Logan. I have a question.
Yeah.
This awesome template that you just shared, is that somewhere where we can retrieve it?
Because not yet.
Okay.
I can make a copy.
I was going to ask the same question.
Well, I took picture.
Ariel.
But I thought it would be great to have. It was.
Let me see. So I can edit template, duplicate template, my canvases. Let me see. Y'all, I should have known y'all was gonna what. I've been using this.
That was beautiful.
Right. I should have known y'all was gonna what, because I'm still working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still putting my juju on it. I'm just practicing on y'all. I'm gonna try to duplicate the template, or maybe I can maybe I should have did this way. I'm gonna do a new canvas from a template and my own templates. And I think I just did one. Define. Okay. So I'm going to use this one. And then I'm going to see if I can share it with y'all. Okay, so share. And people can, I don't want you to edit it. Let's just view it. And then anyone with the link or code can view. Copy link. And then let me go to my Zoom. I'm trying, y'all. And let's put it in the chat. Let's see if my Zoom will let me put it in the chat. Can I get a chat? Okay. And then let's paste. Oh, I think I'm doing something. Okay. No, so click that link and see what happens. Can y'all see the link? I think you can.
Clicked on it. You have to introduce
I can
yourself.
see it. We can see it.
You can see
So
it?
you-
Okay.
Yes.
Let
I'm
me
so
see what it look.
excited.
I'm gonna see what it look. Let me see what it look like. I'm gonna see
I
what it
couldn't
look like.
screenshot fast enough.
That is so funny. Let me see right here. Um, okay, I'm gonna put it in the so it says introduce yourself before joining. Okay, so okay, Dr. Castle, I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna put it in the YouTube channel. Hold on one second. D. Williams. Okay, stay right there, Dr. Castle. Don't go nowhere. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where's she at? Okay, she's here. Okay, copy link. And then, okay, Dr. Castle, but it won't let me do it. It say sign into the chat. Let me see.
It's not showing us the flow when you showed us with like the org chart flow and like the theme, how you wrote it. It was the first one you showed us.
Which one? Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. I got a lot going on. I'm showing all my personal shit. Everybody, let me. Okay, so
I can see the entire plan, looks like.
you can see. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. Oh wait, I should be able to go in right here.
I can see it from the beginning. I just can't see the last part that she showed.
Okay,
Oh, because I didn't share that one. That one is not done. That is not done. Y'all want me to share things that are not done?
Oh, you wasn't sharing that one. Oh, okay. Okay,
No,
that's
I
fine.
was just like giving you, I was just giving you, okay, here you go, Dr. Castle. There you go. I was just giving you, perspective. Like I was showing you, but it's not done. This is what I'm doing when I'm quiet. This is where I'm geeking out, trying to find ways to be able to explain things to you a little bit better. So like that, and now I feel like I can do it in a different type of way. So like these videos will be some of the videos that'll be replaced in the academy. So okay. So when I went and clicked on the link though, if you click on that link that I gave, and I did put it in the I put it on YouTube. It's gonna have you introduce yourself. You're gonna introduce yourself. I'm just gonna say guest in this manner. Continue to join, and then you can just basically see my brain. So, and that's basically what it is. Now, this is small. I don't know how y'all make it. Okay, yeah, you can make it bigger that way.
Yeah.
This board will change, or may or may not. This is not my original board, but this is at least the board that we have today to kind of gave you an idea of what I'm saying. I hope this was helpful. Robbie, was this helpful? Ken Wall, was this helpful? Shannon, was this helpful? Nakat, was this helpful?
Yes, Dee.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I went back to all my one-on-ones, my 15-minute calls, all the questions y'all asked, everything y'all was asking me. I went back. So I wanted to go in and tackle everything. Okay. I believe this is the opportunity that you all really need. I wish I would have explained it like this in the past, but this is exactly, what you need. I'm on a Mac, so I'm just opening and zooming in and out also, just so you know. And so that's where we at. I hope everybody got it. I'm gonna stop my share right now. I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna see y'all next week. And next week, I hope that most of you will have a theme. Number one. Number two, I hope y'all come back. And now that I share a piece of my board, fired up and ready to share what you've accomplished throughout the course of the week. If you are a client of ours and you're in the coaching program, please don't forget to schedule your one-on-ones. Everybody, I'm booked for the remainder of this week, so you wouldn't be able to see me till next week. So I want to just keep that in mind. If you're here watching brand new, join Staffingpreneurs Academy. That's all I'm going to say. We do great work here. We really help you build your business infrastructure out. A lot of people who already think they're set up are not set up. They haven't laid out their infrastructure appropriately. And that's some of the things that we're talking about now. I want my clients to do that in the beginning. I want them to do that right at the beginning of their business, not wait until after the business is generating revenue and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't hire, I can't do this, I can't do that because I missed all those things. I like to set my clients up with the proper infrastructure from the beginning so that as they grow, they can grow right into their business model appropriately. Now, do they listen? That's another question. But am I putting it out there? It's out there. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me today. I'll make sure that the replay is on YouTube, but I'll make sure that the link is in our in Reskillify. Lynette, if you're watching this, Dr. Castle can't get in, so please make sure that we can get Dr. Castle in. Thank you for everybody that watched. I really appreciate you watching the replay. Setup class is 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you all there. No launch class today. We will have it next week. All right. So y'all have an amazing day. Bye.